What is up? It's your boy, Young Mitch, back at it again with another banger video. This time we are doing a 1v1 replay. I thought this was a good game, so I saved the replay. My opponent is a little bit chasey. He's very fast, very aggressive. I thought this would be good to dive in and talk about. Plus, I think it had a pretty exciting ending as well. It was a close game all throughout with an exciting ending. So, before we get into today's video, we have to thank our sponsor, the G Fuel Bobby Boysenberry new flavor. Use code YoungMitch at checkout for 30% off. You know the deal. All right, so let's get into it here, starting with the faraway kickoff. Mm-mm. I've been working on my speed flip kickoffs. So I can do them a little bit better consistency there. Not the best shot there for me whatsoever. Maybe it would have been best to take a touch and shoot. Okay, just 50. Neither of us were had possession there now. Kind of missed a shot there. This is really risky from me. The reason this is risky is because if I miss one, I have a shot, right? I see he's a little bit far away. I have more. The reason I have a shot here is because we're about equidistant to the ball, but the ball is bouncing towards me, and I have more momentum than my opponent here. That's the reason I have a shot, even though we're equidistant from the ball, or roughly equidistant. It's risky though, because one, it's a tough angle. And if I miss, I'm probably gonna miss near post, and the ball is gonna bounce off the wall, off the back wall, in a way that makes it very easy for my opponent to get a quick goal on me, right? Because if I miss, I'm probably gonna fly into his corner, and the ball's gonna bounce off the back wall where Senor Taco is going to be in a good place to just catch it with, let it bounce off the hood of his car, and he could probably, have a free path to my net here. But I think this is important, and it ends up happening. I miss near post, you know. Um, Senor Taco just committed himself as well to the play, so he wasn't able to get the recovery there. So here, this is another tricky spot. Let's see what I do. So I decide to just play it safe, play it cool. I give him the space. I'm saying, okay, beat me, and he doesn't. Bait in a 50 here. This was a really good bait for a 50. The reason this is so good is that as long as I'm winning the 50, right? Because the ball's in my half and I win the 50, there's a potential chance where I can, just score an open net real quick. And the reason I win the 50 here is because Senor, excuse me, Senor Taco doesn't know what I'm doing behind the ball. He's rushing in for a challenge. He doesn't know if I'm going to try and like cut it around him, or what I simply do is just end up taking it 50, right? And so he doesn't really know how to best position his car there, which kind of gives me the advantage in these 50 situations. So let's back up here and watch this again. So when the ball's got like, I don't have much space. Like I see Senor Taco coming in on me. With the ball kind of rolling and bouncing away from me, I really don't have a good chance to get a dribble started or a bounce dribble or anything, right? And so really this is probably my best play, just to try to go for a nice 50 here. And I do get a good 50. I just just happen to not be able to land in a spot where I could follow it up. And I remember being a little bit surprised how Senor Taco came in. I thought I had a lot of space here. I kind of saw him there, and I guess he just fully boosted that whole time and just didn't expect me to go hit this ball. Like I could easily beat him here, maybe just pinch this off the wall and over him. He just didn't respect that whatsoever. I thought he would. And this was kind of my first clue that this guy was pretty aggressive. Or not necessarily my first clue, but my first like major clue. Not the best. See if I recover this. Nope. I think I flipped too early here. Like we're getting to the ball roughly the same. Actually, I get to the ball a little bit sooner than him. And and he might be a little bit higher up as well. Eh, pretty equal height, really. Somehow he gets the ball up and over me, and I think I flip a little bit too early on this. I flip to the side a little too early. I don't know though. Tough to say, really. Oops, come on, come on. I guess a kickoff goal there. Diagonal kickoff. Let's go. Good speed flip from me there. Get a good kickoff. Good convert too. Kind of frustrating when you win the kickoff and can't get those conversions, so always good to get them. No speed flip on that one. I had a tough time speed flipping on that kickoff. So this is a really good shot from him. I remember this. Being on no boost here, I maybe should have just rushed this earlier. I could have maybe hit this while he beats me to the ball here. He gets a really nice, like, he must have had like 12 boosts. He gets a really nice touch and just pop over. It's honestly a really good play from him. Um, and I was just kind of in no man's land. Like I needed to commit to the ball or back off there. Good kickoff. I don't think I can score this, or it's going to be not a immediate score anyway. Good 50. So that 50 was intentional. I was not, this is a tricky spot right here. So right here, I know I pretty much can't score, right? I don't really, I know that he's right behind me. He's got his, nose facing the right way and everything. I know I don't really have time to hit this. And so my options really I could dribble it into his corner, and I'm pretty much not gonna get a good scoring chance with that, because he's gonna be following closely behind me, not giving me much space. So I think this is a really good option here, is just to try and position yourself in a way where he might think you're cutting in, so he has kind of the pressures on him to commit to the ball here. And if you're able to get a nice 50, like you could have a scoring opportunity from that. But if not, like no bad things happen. And that ends up not being a great 50 for me, but I still have somewhat like a possession here. Tough to get that ball in my hood there. I actually end up getting a flick. Um, Kind of surprised me. Here I should take a touch and shoot, and he brushes in. I should have jumped on that 50, end up beating to that boost there. So yeah, I know he must be pretty low here. Kind of a poor half flip there. This was my second like major tell. It's like, okay, I thought he was just a low boost there. I thought he was gonna. A lot of people will back off, but a lot of ones players are pretty aggressive like that. Well, they'll just jump in with low boost because they know it's unexpected and it's a pretty high payoff if it works. So I'm down 3 goals here, and at this point, at this point I know this is an aggressive opponent. So for 1v1, a lot of the time I'm a little bit slower than my opponents usually because like just my gameplay, I tend to be a little bit more slow and like cerebral with my decision making, like, and that's like my strength. So a lot of my opponents will tend to be just a little bit faster than me, more mechanical than me. And so at this point I know, like I've been in this situation a lot of times where my opponents are like this, and I know that if I try to play fast and outspeed my opponents, it usually just doesn't work for me. What does work for me though is just not trying to force that, right? And taking 50s, like getting good at taking 50s has been something that works really well for me. And so for in this example right here, right, the ball's just kind of rolling up the sidewall, right? So option one, right, that all you plats do is just, bang this off the wall, right? Just full boost into the ball here, just bang it off the wall and give up possession. The other option is I could like try to make a fancy little small touch on the ball to get like a dribble, like a bounce dribble going off the wall here, but I need a little bit of space to do that. So option number three is like really, I know that my opponent's aggressive, so he's probably just going to come dive in at this ball, and I can't really get a good outplay on him based off this position right here. And so I just take a 50. Like I just make sure I take a really good 50, and again, because the ball's in our half, if I'm getting a good 50 on him here, it could have, end up really good for me, and it's not gonna go badly for me. What it will go badly for me is if I just get destroyed on the 50, right? It could be potentially a goal scoring opportunity for my opponent. So it's critical that I make sure I get a good 50 here. So I slowly drive up the wall. I do take a small little touch, and I know I see him boosting in right here, and I know he's coming in. So getting sideways on the ball here is really good for 50s. I'm sideways, I side flip. When you're sideways like that and you side flip, you just get so much more surface area. And you can see I do have an opportunity here to score an open net. Or, it's going to be tight. And I end up getting a nice shot there. That definitely wasn't an easy shot, but you see how from right here, this position where I don't have much, right? I have no momentum going. I can't really get an outplay touch around him because you see, like, I just get a small little touch here and he's on top of me. So going for the 50 is probably the best play. And again, like, he doesn't know if I'm just going to go for the 50 or if I'm trying to get like an outplay touch around him. So I'm at the advantage when I go for that 50, right? Because he has kind of more options that he's thinking about, and I just have one option. Bad kickoff from him. So immediately, like halfway into this, right here, I know he's messed up, right? His flip or whatever. He's way too far off center from the ball here. He's way too much on the left side. And so I know as soon as I jump into this, I need to be flipping to the right. Since he's positioned well on the left here, the ball's gonna flush out to the right. And as long as I flip to the right, I should have a pretty good kickoff here. So I do flip to the right. And do I convert? Yeah. Important always, you see how I flicked my back camera on right here just to see, make sure he didn't get like a super fast recovery. Because what happens sometimes is they'll get a super fast recovery, and then when you're right about there, they'll end up like making the save or something, and you fully commit yourself with no boost, and all of a sudden you're in their net with zero boost, right? And they have a pretty good time just dribbling the ball down the field and scoring. So always important to just kind of flick your back cam there just to check and not be greedy trying to force it if they did get a good recovery. I think he just kind of missed the ball there, and I guess I was at no boost. At this, yeah, I'm at like no boost here, and I just kind of try and rush it. Yeah, kind of tilting from me there. He's rushing in, goes for a little double jump. That was honestly a really poor offensive play there. So here I should try to take a touch, and he's rushing again. I go for the 50. I don't get the best 50, but he's going up again. You see how aggressive he is? I know I could beat it. Like, as soon as this ball comes up, I know, like, he's aggressive, right? So he's probably going to go for this. And so I kind of have to go for this, right? And the two scenarios are, so I'm up, right? He's going for it. So it's good that I beat him. But I want to just touch this straight up here. I don't want to continue touching this back to my half. And even if he doesn't go, even if he stays grounded, if I hit it straight up, I'm still giving myself time to get back down on the ground and defend, right? So this kind of covers both options that you can do here if I just hit it straight up. So he rushes in just right again. I know he must be like kind of low boost here, right? Most opponents or regular playstyles will just shadow defend for a bit, but at this point I kind of just know, like, he's super aggressive, and so, like, oftentimes it's good to just, with these opponents, it's good to just not hesitate and go for these early flicks. Because even like a slight hesitation just to check if they're going can oftentimes, mean that you're too late. Getting the flick off to go around him. He just completely missed the ball there. I missed my flip. So I know I can't really score this. It's taking too long. He's finding the net. I try to flick it around him. I kind of hoped that he would have, like, done a commit there, but I didn't really have a good scoring opportunity there. So it was important for me to not overcommit. Just try to hit this as far as I can, knowing that he's probably looking for me to clear that, right? I just don't want to get a weak clear to give him an early shot. So go for maybe a dribble here or something, and I might look for an early flick. So he actually does a fake challenge here, which I think is might be the first time he's fake challenged, and it works out for him, right? If he challenged that, I would have gotten over him. So I'm trying to keep up the pressure. This was pretty safe for like sometimes it's kind of risky to go for these little pinches off the corner here, but I just felt confident about this particular one. But sometimes it's like kind of like sketchy bounce. You're not so sure about it. And it can be really bad if you just miss these, right? Because you're fully committing yourself in their corner, and that's really never a good thing, especially if you're going to whiff the ball. Kind of gave him a little too much space there, but again, like every single time he's had like some sort of offensive possession, he's never really done much. Like that was a pretty weak air dribble, like really easy save. All his goals have just been from like aggressive challenges that have kind of caught me off guard. At least all the ones I can remember anyway. So it's important, like I kind of realize that, and don't be afraid to like let him have an offensive possession. Another early flicker. So I started dribble up, and he kind of disappears from my sight. And when people do this, like it's usually a good thing just to go for your flick. Because one or two things, right? They're challenged and you flick it over them, which is obviously great. Or they don't challenge. You still flick, and they might not make the save. Or they make the save, right? And you still have like pressure on them because they just made a save. They're probably not that high boost. And they don't really have clear possession of the ball. So you might be able to like make another touch to get a good scoring chance or something. But if you don't flick, like what can happen is they just rush into challenge, right? And you can't, and because you can't see them, like you're just caught so off guard, you just get completely destroyed, and it usually can lead to a goal for the opponent. So like when they disappear from your vision like this, usually good. Anyway, that I found just a flick, and plus knowing our opponents so aggressive, so we end up having a little bit of comeback here. Now we have the lead. Another good kickoff. So far, I've just been destroying him on these kickoffs, but I unfortunately only have one like goal directly from it, which kind of sucks. A little bit of a ambitious challenge. So right here, like I see he makes this touch, and as soon as he makes this touch, like obviously like it was an ambitious challenge for me, but as soon as he makes this touch in this direction, and my nose is literally like perpendicular to the direction he makes this touch, and I'm trying to like turn and dive in. That combined with the fact that what I said earlier of like every single offensive possession he's had like hasn't really worked out for him. Like his goals are coming off basically like his aggressive early challenges that have caught me off guard. So this was definitely a like one, even if I this is a risky challenge. So even if I got it, I think it's still a mistake for me just based off that note. Like I need to actually like have him start scoring some of his offensive possessions, right? um, before I start like think about you know making risky challenges on him. He gets a goal from it, so we're all tied up here. 1 minute left. I think he might have delayed that kickoff. I'm unsure. Works out for me though too. Anyway, even though I lost the kickoff, I still got possession from it. So I just go for an early shot here, just because I know he's super aggressive. So like if he decided to like go jump in and challenge that, that would have worked. Here, just playing some Shadow D, right? He hasn't really had like a good goal off an offensive possession yet. So I'm still kind of waiting to see that. A little bit of a scuffle here. Yeah, again, kind of a mistake from me. Like again, I'm just going for these risky challenges, and I don't know, maybe because like this game is a little tense. Like I just had a 4 goal comeback. He ends up getting a goal from that too. Like, but like I'm at 40 boost or something. He has yet to have like a good goal off of possession. Um, so I don't think it's any of my business going for risky challenges. Another mistake from me there. Um, again, just once he has a couple good goals off of possession, like clean possession goals, like then I can start getting worried and making risky challenges. Fortunately for me though, I'm just dominating him on the kickoff. Let's take a look at this one. So, oops, holy. What is this, man? Why does the speed not work? What is going on, man? I don't know why the speed's not working right now. Maybe I have to wiggle it around a couple times. I don't know, man. Okay, let's just go back to this. Let's take a look at this. He's already on the, you see how he's on the right side of the ball, so I should be flipping to the left here. I think, yeah, I think he's just like too off center. Like I'm just more central to the ball here and flipping in the direction to the side that he's not on. So all tied up here again, 60 or 30 seconds left. Mess up my flip there. That's kind of a classic Mitch move. All right. Do I score this? Nice. Oh, kind of tight there. So let's check out the defense here. So he doesn't really have enough momentum to score this year. He's probably on zero boost. He just picked up a pad. He's getting behind it, but the ball's rolling away from him kind of, so he's gonna have a hard time like chipping this up. And he goes for the little touch and like pop here. But it's just not good enough. Like when I notice the ball's rolling away from him like this, I should be like have an earlier challenge, I think. Because when the ball's rolling away, like I should probably have just followed. Well, maybe he could have beat me to the net if I tried to follow closer, but I think it was good of me to challenge right away there. Well, anyway, right away is like no later than I did anyway. I don't think I should have challenged, if that makes sense. End up getting a goal kind of a little bit questionable towards the end there. Up one. So he just got I just flipped too early there, I think. Like maybe he delayed it or something. Let's check him out. Kind of, yeah, kind of slow from him. I don't know if he tapped the brakes right before. But anyway, the reason he destroyed me on this kickoff is because he hit the ball second, and I didn't realize that he was hitting the ball as late as he was, and I just flipped to the side too early. And so after he hit the ball, I'm basically like not able to continue up with the kickoff. So he just gets a clean little kickoff there. For me, I need to be able to recognize that he's going to be hitting the ball later than his usual timing there. So I need to have my flip later. Okay, back to me here. Good kickoff from me. Maybe score this? Miss. Not the easiest angle, but definitely scoreable. He messes up his air dribble. 0 seconds? Yeah, so in 1v1, like when you go for air dribbles or aerial plays, like if you mess up, you need to be able to get like a 50 on this ball, and he just doesn't. I'm lucky because the ball bounces with 1 second left. I'm able to find a nice little pop and just score it. So nice, yeah. I think the main note there is I probably should have recognized that he was aggressive um, earlier than I did. After like the first major sign, I should have just started going for flicks earlier. I think he scored like 2 or 3 goals doing his early aggressive challenges in the beginning that took me a while to adapt to. The second note is I don't think he had a single goal from a good like offensive possession there. All of his goals were from just early aggressive challenges. when I had possession that caught me off guard. I think he had one or two kickoff goals, and then he had one or two goals where I just went for a risky challenge. Um, and so those two goals were definitely on me. Like I should have recognized that I shouldn't be afraid of him having possession. Like there's no need for me to rush into a risky challenge. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video today. I know you guys wanted some intros, so I hope you enjoyed that one. And if you want to sponsor the video, my DMs are open for the next video. So hit me up. All right. See you guys.